what happens when you have a kid as a man, when you have a kid with the wrong woman? So for one, it means you are fucked. It means you are fucked, properly fucked, because for one, you have a baby mama who is a psycho, because it will be ups and down every time you maybe you want, maybe for example, I have a kid with a wrong woman and I want to see the kid regularly, you see, because I'm not interested in the woman, definitely, but maybe I can look at the child and see the child, he or she has potential. I can support him or her, or I can build a life with him or her, because that's my blood. So when it comes to sharing responsibilities and when you want to spend time and spending quality time with the kid, the mother, there might be chaos, because the mother wants to stay with the kid to prove a point. You want to have the kid because he or she is your blood. So you see, there will be a lot of
Tumesema chaos, a lot of chaos. Sawa ni English yako.
English yangu ni English is my fourth language. Anyway, so that means as a man, you need to be careful with where you empty your nuts, because you might empty in the wrong hole and end up in the wrong hole. Yes, you might. What do you think? What do you think happens when you have a kid with the wrong woman?
I mean, if you're smart enough, you can't have a kid with the wrong woman. So in the first place, why were you smashing that lady? And if by chance you get that kid, it means one of you was interested in the other. Mostly it's for the ladies, because the lady is the one who decides, am I gonna, you come on, if come down, am I gonna have this kid or not? That's for the lady to decide. The same thing happens when the lady finds out like she's pregnant. Hey bro, I'm pregnant. What are we supposed to do? Not entirely it's the lady's decision, because me personally as a guy, it doesn't interfere with my day-to-day life activities. But at the end of the day, like, both of you have responsibilities. If the kid comes, to take care of it. If the lady decides to take care of it, it's up to her, because you can't really control a woman when it comes to having a kid. If they decide to keep the kid, they keep it. They decide to. But my question is, how can you end up having a kid like you had not planned for?
Okay, you see, okay, I view this topic in this perspective. You see, if you're dick driven, as a guy, you're dick driven, you just see a random girl, she has a nice, you see, when you see a fine girl, goody is normally attached to craziness, because you still want to smash that girl. You will try kujua ni nani, but you still find your way down her pants. Maybe in the process, by mistake, she gets the kid.
Wait. The girl you have right now, you saw her and thought, this girl looks awesome, I need her. It's the same thing you're saying. So does it mean if you see another girl who is fine, she's crazy, but the one you have, because she's fine and you've already married her, she's not crazy? No, what are you saying?
I'm talking about when it comes to good women, there is that craziness in men's head that is attached to it. You see, like, okay, it is attached to, I want this girl so bad.
The woman you have right now, you didn't want her?
I didn't want her, why not?
And then what are you saying?
I'm talking about...
And what you're getting was this guy saying? You're saying you saw a fine girl. This fine girl now is your wife. She has a kid with you. How did you determine she's not crazy? If you're saying if other men see some fine women, those fine women are crazy.
No, I'm not talking about mentally crazy.
I'm getting the craziness perspective. But how do you determine the one that you have is not crazy? That is why she's the right one to have a kid with. And another one who is fine girl, you have a kid with her and she is crazy. Kijana.
My point is, you see, my point is, I'm talking about, if you see, I'm talking from a man to man. Me as a man, if I see a lady who is well and she's fine, I want her. You see, nobody can stop me from getting her. That's what I mean. That crazy in the man's head. It doesn't mean the guy is crazy.
Yeah, but that is what you're asking is, if you want this woman, what is making it that if I have a kid with this woman, it turns out that she is crazy just because I wanted her? You see, if a woman is well at all and you look at her and you say, I think this woman is fine for me, I would like to have this woman, and then you have her and you get a kid in the process, where does it turn out to be toxic?
Oh, okay, I get your question now. It turns out to be toxic when it comes now when you get to know the person, because for one, maybe the time that you spent to know each other was short, so you don't know about you haven't learned about the woman, you haven't known her the other side of the coin, because as a human being you have two sides of the coin. So if you don't get to learn, if you don't get used, or you don't get to understand the other side of the woman before she gets pregnant for you, that's where everything goes wrong. Because when she gets pregnant and then you see the other side of the coin, that's when you know, here I fucked up. That's where now it gets rough for you, but because it will fuck you mentally as a man. You see, when you are seeking to be with a woman, either for pleasure or for a family, you're seeking for peace. It's peace and pleasure, by the way. You're looking for peace and pleasure, you see.
But we seem to be biased.
Okay,
when you talk about a woman being crazy, you get a woman pregnant, and then you don't understand each other on how you're going to raise the kid, or you yourself were not in the perspective of starting a family, but then this happened. But what happens when a man is a deadbeat? Because we seem to be like, all women can get it wrong, but men can never get it wrong. But we have seen men who are deadbeat. We have seen men who never raise their kids. We've seen men who get women pregnant and then they
disappear.
Yeah,
there are also such kind of men.
I don't think that term is mostly sometimes like misused, because I don't think there's anyone out there who is a deadbeat dad. You don't know the reason of this guy not taking care of the kid, and most probably when they decided to start a family, the lady didn't see the potential in this guy. This guy most probably doesn't have anything. How can you take care of a kid and you don't have money? How can you take care of a kid?
See, that is exactly why you're deadbeat.
We say,
why are you getting someone pregnant if you can't provide?
We say, let me put it this way: men and women are the biggest part to having the kid, right? Me as a man, like, what do every man chase? Pussy, right? They are not chasing kids. These kids, like, if for instance, if I have a family, I can't be having two families that I can take care of. I have to choose one.
And that is why somebody is deadbeat. If you're having raw sex, you get somebody pregnant, you can't provide, you're fucking deadbeat. If you can't provide, wear a fucking condom. And then it takes out the responsibility from anyone. Why is it turning out that a woman has to decide, this guy has fucking nutted inside me, then I have to sit down and think, do I get pregnant? What happens after I get pregnant? Wear a fucking condom or get yourself vasectomy, and then you'll go and have anything that you want. It means that if you can't provide, you are fucking deadbeat. There's no in between. It's black or white.
Yeah.
If you get somebody pregnant, you run away, you are fucking deadbeat. If you get somebody pregnant and you provide for them, you are a good, secure father. So it's not at the in between. I was like, I never wanted a kid. Why did you go raw then if you never wanted a kid?
I wanted to feel good.
You wanted to feel good then. You don't. That is what you say. If you know you can't provide, you don't deserve the pleasure.
Okay. Whatever you see, I understand the point of view of whatever he's saying. Let me tell you something. You see, if a woman wants to sire, you see, a woman chooses the father of the son of her children.
Okay.
And if she wants to get pregnant for you, she knows very well you don't want to get her pregnant, and maybe you have talked with her through about it, and you really don't want to do it.
So that is what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, Benja, you don't want to get anyone pregnant. Why are you having unprotected sex?
I don't think, for me personally, I don't think there's any deadbeat dad out there. let me tell you something. We've seen babas, they impregnate girls, right? Na wanawarusha nje. They don't want to take care of the kids, right? They had what they wanted. They smashed raw. The girl got pregnant. But I can't throw away my family, which I've been raising for 30 or 15 years, and nikuje kwako. Why? Because you just got a kid.
There are deadbeat fathers, and this is what I'm saying. What is the setup of an old man who has a family taking a young girl who has just started her life and getting this girl pregnant? First of all, the setup is all wrong. How do we get kids, Benja? I decide I want to make this girl my wife, I get her pregnant. Sure. Or I want to make you my girlfriend, I want a long-term relationship, I make you pregnant. We start raising a family. You are hungry for money as a girl who is 20 years old. You find a 40-year-old man who has made all his life, has built everything, and then he provides you 100 fucking K. Who are you to think that somebody will give you 100,000 and want to hit it without being unprotected? Exactly. This guy will obviously go raw and then leave the responsibility to you. This is not the correct setup of the society.
Okay, you just said it. So for me ni kijana mdogo, I don't have money, right? What's my aim with this girl?
Exactly.
What's my aim?
If you're young,
same aim with the old guy. I just want to smash. So it's for the lady to understand this guy is capable enough to take care of the seed. Let me tell you something, Benja. If this child is your own blood,
so huyu mwingine ni nyanya ama ni
nani?
Huyu mwenye umepata wakati una do, huyu ni nyanya nini? Si blood yako bado.
Sikiza, this kid is your blood and you want this kid, you're going to take care of this kid. But me, if I decide this kid is not mine, this kid, mi simtambui.
Okay, I have a question.
Benja, wait. Benja, mi nasema hivi. If you look at a man and this man just wants pleasure, he cannot provide for himself. He does not deserve the pleasure of having a woman. And if myself I was a woman and I look at you, you're fucking broke, you can't eat, you don't have anything, but you want to smash me raw. Why should I put my security in the balance for you? You don't deserve it.
You're going off topic because we just said like deadbeat. Now having a kid with the wrong woman, it's not the same thing. You, for instance, you Benja, you have a wife, right? You have a kid. You have solely accepted that's your responsibility. If you get to a point, you just give up. You say you're a deadbeat. But me, I've been seeing this girl for a couple of months, and then she decides to get a kid. I've not planned for this kid. I'm not deadbeat. I've not accepted the responsibility.
I'm wondering. There's no.
It is either you are present or absent. If you are absent, you are a dead.
And me, my question to this guy
for the moment.
Benja, my question is, whoever has sex without knowing the repercussions that come with it, if I have sex without a condom, it shows that if I nut inside this woman, the likelihood of her getting pregnant is 100 or 99.9. So for you, you're telling us, yes, I want to have raw sex, I want to have every pleasure that comes with it. But this part of, I know she can get pregnant, I don't want it. How does the world work? There is a cause and there is an effect. The cause is you had sex, unprotected sex, and the effect is there is a kid on the way. If you don't provide for his kid, you deadbeat.
There was a time we were talking and we were saying like, if you're smashing a girl raw, say her clearly, tell her clearly, you don't want a kid. Clearly. Let me say something. How many single mothers do you have roaming outside this country?
A lot.
A lot. Like every you see a woman. Kuna demu alikuwa anasema sijui anaunda Benz. Mbona anaunda Benz? Most probably the dad of the kids ayuko. Right. So for me personally, if I'm planning to start a family, I find the right woman. I have kids with this woman. And vile alikuwa anasema girls are crazy. Every woman is crazy. It all depends. To what extent is that lady a psycho? Also kuna ile like this lady goes too far. Like she literally like does things that zinaku irritate as a man. But every girl, women and men are the opposite of each other. If Benja wezilia, your woman cries. Your emotions suppress. A lady is supposed to be emotional. Ukifanya kitu ndogo hivi, anakufinya because she's emotional. So you need to understand that it doesn't matter if. So, sasa tuongelee hapo kwa the wrong woman. Wewe, acha nikuulize swali bro. Wewe umeenda umedinya demo wenyewe raw. We impregnate her, and then she decides to get the kid. Were you there when she decided to keep the kid? Kama siku hapo akiamua ku keep the kid, ananipigia simu 2 years later, I have your kid. How bro? Ndajuaje umtoi ni wangu? How sure am I this kid is mine?
That's another thing.
How sure am I this kid is mine? I don't know how many guys smashing. Yeah. So say Benja, we've been talking about how many dads are raising unalea mtoi 20 years later. That's when you realize this kid is not mine.
There's no problem with that, but mi nasema hivi. We sit here and we try to claim only women decide if they have a kid. It starts from the bottom.
The wrong kid.
It's okay, the wrong or the right kid, whichever kid.
The wrong, yeah.
You have gone into a sexual relationship and had unprotected sex. The first thing you're saying, tell this woman, I don't want a kid. Of course, you can say you don't want a kid. But as a man, what are you doing to prevent her from getting the kid? Because you know, if I go raw and I nut inside her, she's definitely getting pregnant. What are you doing?
Why is family planning there?
If she tells you go get vasectomy so that I don't get pregnant, what do?
You get vasectomy.
Exactly. So that is what you are saying. It starts with a cause and an effect. If you nut inside her, she gets pregnant if she has not taken any family planning. That is why in a relationship, both the man and the woman have to make the decision. It's not solely a woman's decision whether she gets pregnant. You put the seed in her. If you don't want her to get pregnant, you take her for family planning if she is willing for it. If she's not willing, you go get vasectomy. If you're not willing, you part ways. So why do you go, I still want to hit it, but you don't want the responsibility? What are you saying? Plan it out until it works out. If it doesn't work out, go your separate ways. There's no need, Benja, me and you, let's say you and a chick have a sexual relationship. You know you have nutted inside her. You know she doesn't do any family planning. What do you expect next? She gets pregnant and then she calls you, I'm pregnant. What do? You start arguing. Hey, do we get rid of the kid? Do I pay for a hospital? What do I do? We can avoid all these things because it has to start at the bottom.
For me personally, it's not avoidable. There is a lady who came to our TikTok account, akacomment, akasema, how many kids do you think you have out there? Remember that? She asked that was, how many kids do you have there and you don't know?
I have 0 kids out there.
How should 100%
sure, because for me, let's avoid being men. Let's stop avoiding the responsibility. If you know Benja, I can tell you, for the span that I have known about sexual relationship, if I have no use with a lady, you wear protection. If you do not want anything with this lady, you wear protection. If anything goes wrong with this protection, you tell her what is the mitigation. She needs to go get checked, or she needs to take the pills that will prevent it from happening. But for you want to go out there, ukwe jogo wa kijiji, mimi wenda row, and then you're like, I don't know how many kids I have out there. For me, I know I don't have any kids out there because I have never made anyone pregnant out there.
The thing is, like, men and women are different, right? Yeah. So me being a man is taking care of my the results of my family, right? So it comes to a point, like, I just met a lady, just said, like, talk, we smart, right? So if she gets pregnant, what if I say I'm not ready to get to have this kid, right?
Then have protected sex.
Exactly. So
why are we arguing about this thing? If you're not ready for the kid, have protected sex.
Let me ask you something else. Let me ask you something else. What if the lady doesn't want the kid?
If the lady doesn't want the kid, that is up to her. But
exactly, it's up to her.
We are saying, wewe, you're going to have sex. And you're saying, mimi kama Nduati, I do not want a kid. Why are you having unprotected sex? I don't see why we are arguing here. I don't want a kid. Benjamin, who won't get sema Benja, you didn't want a kid. You would have still smashed raw getting kid.
So back in Kole, let me tell you a story. Back in Kole, I've had numerous ladies coming to me and saying they are pregnant. Do you know what I do? First of all, I was panicking, all that. I don't know what to do. But I realized ladies trick you. So what did I decide to do? If a lady comes to me and says she's pregnant, I just ask her one question. What do you want to do? Because me siwezi kumekia decision. It's gonna fuck me. See me ndagoni about. It's gonna fuck up your education. That's one thing. Two, your parents hawajui unadinywa. They don't know if you are even getting pregnant, right? So you haven't utaenda wabreakie hizo news. Mimi sinaenda kwa budako nimkalishe chini mwambie niaje dad. nimeweka demo wako ball. Tulikuwa tuna smash out of marriage.
Benja, don't know.
Like, kama ningekuwa nimekuoa, nimeenda kwa wazazi wako, nikamwambia I'm with your kid. I'm with your daughter. Na smash your daughter. So if by chance a kid comes, wazazi wanajua straight up, why is Ngwati? But we are smashing, no one knows. If hata ukujoniambie like I have a kid, how sure am I this kid is mine?
But ndo naulizaje Benja, why are we starting at stage 2? Stage 2 is somebody is pregnant. Stage 1 is nobody is pregnant, we are just starting out. How do we want to run this? Why are we starting at 2? You're already pregnant to decide what to do with this kid. Stage 1 is no one gets pregnant. How do we avoid this? Stage 2 is somebody is already pregnant. Yeah. Does she want to keep it or not? Can I support that kid as a man or not? That is stage 2. Stage 1 is nobody is fucking pregnant. I have just met you. I want to have a sexual relationship with you, but I don't want pregnancy at the end.
So how can we prevent?
Yes, exactly. How do we prevent stage 2? Not start at I will fuck you raw, then stage 2 decide. That is bullshit.
Just brought in another topic. We are talking about what do you do when you have a kid with the wrong woman. The kid is already here.
What can you?
She's already pregnant.
No, we are talking.
Unajua why we divert to that topic? Because there was an issue of we are saying that the woman only has the decision, but we had to bring it back to
the kid
everybody has
remember
the decision, and then now we get to now it has happened. We had to start it back because we had gone to like only the woman decides, only the woman, but the man plays a role. So we had to start
now.
Then we go now to what if it has happened.
What do you do? Yeah, the kid is already here. That's what I'm talking about. So a lady comes to me, I'm pregnant. First thing, me is a damn. What do you want to do? That's the first question. What do you want to do? Jumi siwezi kwambia enda what. Siwezi kwambia let's keep this kid. I don't know what like. Wajua mimi ningekuwa na tuseme mimi I'm the lady. I get pregnant. I want to keep this kid or not. If I don't want, I get rid of it. If I want to keep, I keep it. It's solely the decision of the lady to keep the kid.
So you as a man, no? Okay, let me tell you one thing. You see, the ladies are of different type. And when a woman is looking at you, if you are an alpha male, she looks to you up as a leader, a person who can support her emotionally, because these are emotional creatures. Yeah. So you as a man, you're the one who is supposed to be. You're supposed to.
Benza, remember.
Okay, fine. You see. Remember. I remember this thing happened with both parties included. You had your part to take. She had the part to take.
Yeah, but remember the topic. It's the wrong woman. This is not the right woman.
Okay. You see, because you see now the kid is here, and the kid doesn't know whether the mother is the wrong woman or the father is the wrong guy. Now the kid is already here. What will you do?
As in?
See, like for example.
So for me, as in, first of all, first thing I'll do, like let's just slide back to the topic. First thing I'll do is just confirm this kid is mine, right? And then like based on if I want this woman, if I don't want this woman, if she has values that I don't like, I'm gonna base this kid as a contract. You take care of some of the responsibilities, and I take care of the rest of the responsibilities. Because me, I'm not gonna stick with a woman because we just had a kid. The kid is mine. I'm gonna take care of the kid. That's my responsibility. But I don't me until like most in this country inakujaga kama package. The woman and the kid. Me is taking the whole package. Me I just want the kid. I'm gonna take care of the kid because I'm the dad. I'm gonna be there every step of the way. No mtoi, but Mr. or a lady who I never intended to marry in the first place.
So you not marry a woman because of
having a kid, right?
What about you? What do you do when you have a kid with the wrong woman? It just assume it just happened and you are wow.
It doesn't matter whether it's the wrong mother, it's the wrong father. Whoever is supposed to undertake particular responsibilities has to do them. If there is proof and you can clearly see this is my kid, if you're a father, you're supposed to provide. If you don't provide, you're a deadbeat fucking father. There is no two way about it. Sure. It doesn't matter whether it was a one night stand, whether you had planned for it, you had not planned for it, you have gotten someone pregnant, there is a kid here who is your fucking blood. You take care of the kid, you find ways to provide for them. If you walk away, you're a fucking deadbeat father. If on the other end you're a chick and you find out you are pregnant, you do not want to get pregnant, you decide to keep the kid, the father does not want it, find ways to raise the kid. Because people like us have been raised by single moms and we have survived, we are here, we are very far. People will tell you that as a woman, if you, like for us, our dads died and we're left with only your mom. It's been almost 10 years, and people thought you're going to go down the drain. But there is always a better way than going to sell yourself out there, go to find another man. Because the other man, the only thing that another man will do to a single mom is get her pregnant with another kid. Again. Never to marry her. That is what most men do. If you're a single mom, just stick to your corner, do as much as you can for your kid, raise your kid with the best values and standards and discipline, and that kid will grow up to respect you and think you're the greatest mom there is. You'll never think of what else could have been there, because you will have played as much as you can. But most single moms, what they do is they go out there trying to find somebody who will take care of this other kid, and they just end up pregnant with another kid and no father. So you have 2 kids, no father, no one to provide, more debt, more problems, and you just fucked.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna stick with what I'm saying. It's the responsibility of the lady to know if you get the kid or you don't. It's not the responsibility of the dad. How many single mothers do we have out there? How many single fathers do you have out there?
So many.
Kuna single fathers, right? No.
Wow.
Kuna, like, there are ladies who bail out, but single fathers are less. So if you're a lady and decide to have a kid, is this the right man for you?
Buddha, so umetoka kutuambia sahi the kid is here.
A kid ako hapa, exactly. So unaweza like me kwanza mimi nakuaga for abortion. If like haijapita like 2-3 weeks, if you realize early you are pregnant, you can get rid of it. But kama mtu yashaanza kugrow, it's a live kid, you can't do away with it. Huwezi toa kid yako 5 years unasema ako 5 months unasema una abort. She's the kid is like 4 months due. So like 4 or 5 months due.
The thing is, for you guys out there, if you wanna go hit a shit row, as you as a man or as a woman, as a young lady, as a young guy, you have to understand that you have the power to make choices, but you don't choose the consequences. But when it comes to the law of sex, you decide to go raw and you decide to nut inside, you know the repercussions. It's either she gets pregnant or she gets pregnant. And when she gets pregnant, what do you do? But before you get there, there are measures. You can use family planning, you can withdraw, you can use condoms. All those, there are various options that you can use to protect yourself, to protect all these things that are happening. That's why we have so many. Okay, on that aspect of, there's something you talked about, single mothers and single fathers. There are so many reasons why we have single mothers, we have single fathers. One, maybe fallout of parents. You maybe a woman, you marry a woman, you don't get along, you have a kid, you fall out, she decides to go with the kid, and then you decide to go your way because you are a man and you don't want to bug yourself or stress yourself with so many things. That's the reason number one. And number two is about the unwanted pregnancies, whereby you find people just having sex recklessly and they end up having kids. So that's another thing. The other thing is you talked about something very important, and I remember it happened to one of my friend. The guy didn't know even he had a kid. They met with a woman. Okay, this girl ni vile unaonanga dem anakuwa azini mnakuwa na day bestie, but maybe the girl really wanted a kid at some point. So they did it, and she got pregnant, and then they fall apart. The girl went to the family was well off, so she just left. And then they later met after around 7 years. And I was like, wow, this is a replica of myself. I can see myself here. What happened? Then the girl started narrating, and now he was telling me, now what is this? And then I see from the other side of it, there are women who are like that, but I don't think it's everybody who is like that. But what the bottom line is, si tunasema, if you want to have raw sex,
if you want to have raw sex, be sure the responsibility will fall straight on your head. You see, like for the lady who framed your friend, she did not ask for anything from your friend. So your friend never needed to provide a single cent. The lady knew what she was doing. That is the same thing as a man. If you are providing your seed to a lady, you have decided prior either she's getting pregnant or she's not getting pregnant. And that is why if you don't want a kid, you go for the measures that need to be put in place, for the preventative measures for you to avoid this result. Because as we say, there is a cause and an effect. But most of us want the cause. We want to do it, but we don't want the effect on the other end.
The reality of life is man will always bail out. That's why we have single mothers out there. It doesn't matter if we tell men to be responsible. If the man wants to bail out, achukue burungo zake aende Tanzania, he's gonna do that. The other thing is, for me, I advocate for going to our old ways, our traditional ways. If you're a lady, you feel like this is the right man. If you're a man, you feel like this is the right lady. Go to your parents, introduce the man. Go to the other parents, introduce. Do it by the law. By chance, you get a kid. Everyone knows this kid belongs to this guy. Everyone knows that.
Me nataka to disagree and watch. Most men will bail out. You, as a man, will bail out. Benja has not bailed out as a man. Me, I will not bail out. There's no marketing.
Mnajaribu kuni guilt trip. Benja tu.
No, we're not guilt trip.
Skiza. Listen. How many single mothers do we have?
So many.
So like, am I the reason this guys bailed out?
No.
90% of men bail out. Am I the reason these men bailed out?
We're not telling you to be 90% of the men. We are telling you wewe enda ukwe what you
mimi sijasema like just you naambia wase mimi sijasema nita bail out. If it's my kid, mimi nilisema clearly, if it's my kid, I'm going to take care of the kid. If it's the wrong woman, I'm not going to take in the wrong woman.
True.
Right? But the reality of the world is men will always bail out.
I don't think so.
Me and my mom
will bail out. Which are these men?
Excuse. Like, see, 90% of women are single moms.
So that's your take.
That's my take. Junka, me, I've been raised by a single mom from a kid. I don't know who the fuck my dad is, and I don't give a fuck about him. My mom was my dad. My mom was my mom. She took care of me. So, how any single mother now your whatever has bailed out, that's like entirely your responsibility.
Some deadbeat men and some men who do not have a purpose for their own blood will bail out.
Yes.
Men who want to feed their own people and take care of them will take care of them.
Let me tell you a personal story. So me and my dad, Muskia, he has a family, a very good family, like I hear, right? So it means, like based on the topic, it means when they had sex with mom and he came along, it was the wrong woman for the guy. Because sahi, akona mali yake, ametulia na wife, who gives a fuck? No one.
Okay, you see, when it comes to
the guys when you bail out huku nje, unafikiria they are deadbeat. They have families out there.
They are deadbeat.
No, they are deadbeat.
For one family, acha hata nimpe tu example. For your dad, on the other end, he's a superb fucking father.
Exactly.
On his end, he's a deadbeat. That is exactly what we're saying.
Exactly. But
you can decide the situation you're in and walk away from it.
My question is, who gives a fuck if a guy is deadbeat? As long as he's not taking care of the kids. Hakuna mtu wanajali. Mi kama mangu angesema ati sijui baba ndo ati sijui ni deadbeat. Mi ningetupwa kwa mtaro. My mom took the responsibility to take care of me.
Come on, so saying at the end of the day, your dad is a fucking deadbeat.
That was the point.
That is the point.
According to you, we just said he's a
deadbeat. He's a deadbeat. Alafu unarudi unatopia, we don't care.
I understand my.
We're not saying as a single man walk away from your kids.
Mimi nasema like you Benzo, you have enough money, right, to take care of two families. But umeamua like I can't take care of two families. I'm gonna take one.
But
which one do you choose?
Okay, let me tell you one thing. When it comes to having two wives as a man, there are challenges. One, as a woman, you see, women are born to be naturally jealous. And one woman, listen.
These two families, they cannot exactly. They cannot coexist. True. You're gonna break the two families.
So for the guy, it's for the man to opt.
Exactly, to opt. Think what they like. Most probably say.
What does deadbeat?
Come on, me, my granddad.
Acha turudi basics.
As in me, my granddad. Skiza, my granddad alikuwa hivi. My granddad alikuwa na a family of 13 kids. Right when he died, another family came up. Wakasema, this is our dad. He's been taking care of us the whole time. Hakuna mse alikuwa anajua. secretly. But if hiyo ilikuwa option yake, I'm gonna have a family secretly, no one will know. But kuna other guys that wanasema I'm not gonna risk the right woman and the right kids for the wrong woman and the wrong kids. It doesn't matter if this is my blood. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go. Hapa ni choices.
But what we are asking you is your father deadbeat?
For me, he's not deadbeat because he has a family.
Okay, fine.
For me, he's not
That's
deadbeat.
the point.
What's your deadbeat? Deadbeat. He's a deadbeat.
It-
See, acha nikwambia what is that. Me, for me, a definition of a deadbeat ni msee amekuja like you Benja kama sahi you decide to bail out on your kid. Ati hakuna reason, any reason you're bailing out. Umeamua tu like mimi nimesonga. You're a deadbeat.
Kwani what did your father do?
As a man.
Wait. What did your
My
father
dad
He walked away.
had the money, had everything to take care of us, but he decided no.
He walked away. That is
Exactly.
exactly
He
what
walked away.
deadbeat means. It doesn't matter the reason, the options. For you, he's deadbeat. For the other family, because he has taken care of them and he has taken the responsibilities, he is not deadbeat on that end. He's a superb father figure for them. He has raised them, provided for them. But for you, he's deadbeat. Because he walked away. He could have done it. He could have done it. He could have provided for you. He didn't even care, but he just walked away. That is what deadbeat means. Like for Benja sahi, ukiweza acha mama yako na your kid, you become deadbeat.
True.
You can go out there, marry another chick, and provide for that family. For that family, you are a superb father. You're not deadbeat. But for your kid, umwenye akona udem, anako like my father is deadbeat.
Because he was never present.
Let me tell you something. The bottom line is like me I don't consider any dad to be deadbeat. What happened between these people you don't know. Benja kama sasa kutuambia I've broken up with my lady. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. Most probably labda kwamba alichukulia mwingine kisu kaona siwezi endelea na hii. Huko nje dem anasema tu this guy is deadbeat nini. We don't know what you have done for the guy to walk away.
True.
Right? So like kila msee ana go through their own like path.
Trauma, yeah.
Kama sasa hii
Tuna deal na facts, not science, not theory.
science.
If I tell you one plus one is 2, and then you tell me the reason 1 plus 1 is 2 is because you take one. We are saying the definition of deadbeat is somebody who walks away from responsibilities as a dad.
It
It doesn't matter what happened under the hood.
The reason I'm saying this is because most cases that have happened out there, ladies saying they are deadbeat, on the pop up wanasema this guy is a deadbeat. The guy has never come akasema this is the reason why I'm not doing this. Most probably those kids are not like you never know. Unapata hata watu wisi wako. Kama sasa
That is what we are saying. You confirm if this kid is yours. If the kid is yours, provide or not. If you don't provide, you're deadbeat. If you provide, you're a good father. We are not saying at him to isi wako umekelewa. Confirm this kid is yours. If I provide, I'm a good dad. If I don't provide, I'm deadbeat.
Simple.
It's simple as that.
Simple. But then you're in a shortcut.
Man, but
you cannot quote. You see, you cannot quote. You cannot quote a spade. Ama ukate. Unaona ile spade ya mchanga. We cannot cut it at the to be a
No,
to fit
spade.
at no fit kwa sahani kulia na.
Mimi sitambui. Mimi nasema they are not deadbeat doubts out there.
Okay, fine.
Excuse, it's a decision. Yeah, it's a decision for you. There's a time clearly you and Breton mulisema if you get a lady pregnant and you don't have the shit to take care of this kid, una disappear, unatafuta unarudi. You don't know if this guy disappear, anatafuta anachora pesa ipatikane, akuje take care of the kid. At the end of the day, if the kid is yours, you have a plan.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you something. So when you see, for example, if I decide to go vast on my kid, you see, so I'm not present at the moment. So
Exactly.
I'm deadbeat.
You're deadbeat
Because I'm dead.
Exactly.
I'm a deadbeat because at the moment I'm not there.
So
But when I'm back,
are you planning to come back?
But tunasema
now that's
Are
entirely.
you planning to come back?
Benza, I have heard we have been quoted before, and this is what we said. You get a woman pregnant, you sure you cannot fully provide, but you can always give something. That is why we are saying, kama say, if you have no skills, you're not skilled in any way, the only things you can do are manual work, and you have gotten a lady pregnant. Go to somewhere where this manual labor will pay you some amount. Even if it's as little as you can give that little. Atakani punch. That is what you have. But you have left the mother with, Nakombi, I'm going to work on this thing. I'm coming to provide. That is not deadbeat. A deadbeat person is somebody who just walks away. And a vanish too. And a vamoose too. And then they don't even give a fuck. But this is somebody who knows at my stage currently, I cannot provide anything. I'm not good enough, and I accept I'm not good enough. So I'm going in a journey or a process to work on myself and come with things that I can provide for you and my kid. But a deadbeat will just vamoose. You don't know where they went. They have no reason. They have not communicated. They have not said anything. This guy has gone. Hata kama it's in a 4 or 5 year journey, I'm going to work. I'll provide anything I can, as little as I can. You take it, but I promise you, after this period, I'll provide everything that you need. But mwingine amevamoose tu, amedisappear, amevanish. He can make it, doesn't make it. He doesn't care.
Yeah, true. There are those kind of men, because all men are built differently. Because the way I can take, you see, like the way, like to say, like for example, the 3 of us get our ladies pregnant. Maybe we go out and get some girls, and they all get pregnant.
Yeah.
There are those who will say, I'll take up the responsibilities. There are those who will say, I just want to leave. There are those who will say, I don't want the kid. We all everyone has his option. Everybody has his thinking, the way he weighs himself as a man. So you'll slowly make a decision based on yourself, based on your level of your income, based on how you feel about it. You see, as a man, you see.
But if you vanish, you're dead.
Like mimi, sitasema kuna deadbeat ama kuna deadbeat.
Okay, fine.
The thing is for me, skiza. Mbona sababu mnacheka? Skiza, mimi ni mse ameona toxic families. Wewe most probably you were raised in a good family, you were raised in a well-off family, you were raised in Moshadha where like there are no issues. Mimi ni mse raised in ghetto, Mokoyo. I've seen toxic families. I've seen like where the wife does things that are unbelievable to the guy. So the reason, like, if you're a guy na uliamua just walk, it's your reason. But kuna wenye like tuseme, for me like I'm just gonna like this kuna wase utembea, they are lazy, you don't want to work. Like if you're that kind of man, like me where si ndume. But if you're that kind of man where you work, you provide, and this lady sees that chenye una provide is not enough, she wants more. Most probably tumeka hapa na wewe kijani, unatoka unaenda tao, unadinywa alafu unakuja to my house. So like you never know. Me I've seen toxic families. I've seen families fight. I've seen where like the guy karibu awe bibi, nimeona like mabibi wanaekea poison to their husbands. So aina haja bro, kama you have your reason why you walked out on that family. But it's if you are lazy motherfucker, you're a fucking deadbeat.
Lottie,
yeah?
I'm going to tell you something that is very that it is just based on what you are talking about. I don't see how you can take a woman for 10-15 good years. You're not fighting, you have kids, and then you start turning back again, your back against each other. That means you never in the first place, you never had quality times to study each other, because whatever falls between two people, it's misunderstanding. Because I don't see how my woman should put poison in my food.
You know, 15 years.
It does happen.
15 years. Benja, like to end up back and forth. 15 years, bro. Like you have solely taken responsibility of these kids. I say wanakuangalia like when it top shot. These are your kids, man. Like as in hata wewe huwezi kuwa na guts za kusema I'm just gonna walk off. As in kuna wase who do hivyo. But as long as you've raised these kids like kutoka youngies, kutoka wazaliwe, you've been there. It doesn't matter if you had money, you didn't have. Kutoka utoke watotoni wao ulikuwa around for 15 years, bro.
So you are
at least hapo ukiwalk out like where bro, what have you been doing for 15 years?
You've been wasting your life.
Yeah, you've been like you people don't inamaanisha. But mimi naongelea like to rudi pale rock bottom. The kid has come. This is the wrong woman. As in haiwezi kuwa the wrong woman 10-15 years later. This is the wrong woman like you just impregnated. Ama ameenda like 6-9 months amekuja na mtu yeye amekwambia niache bro, this is your kid. From there, what do you do? Okay. As in them, her moral values, everything about her, you don't like. So you're gonna say, like, fuck it. We have a kid, let's get married.
Okay, let me ask something. We are talking about having a kid with the wrong woman. Who is this wrong? What is this wrong woman? What is your?
Let me define a wrong woman. Umeenda tao umebuy kuro. Umemdinya, si ndio? Like, it doesn't matter if you have made the decision. Kuna say like they want just quickies and whatever. Like, msikia kuna so it was on the news. I think the guys kwa Equity Bank, they tell us wanaenda wadinya mala na walipi. Hiyo story is vika ulicheki.
Yeah.
Ulicheki ilikuwa na
Story. I don't know, say
So the thing is, you're a bank teller, you go and impregnate a hoe, then she comes to you and says, I'm pregnant. What are you gonna do? Like, that's the definition of an entirely wrong woman.
okay,